Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Milwaukee. David Dawn here of Wisconsin Voices. You're listening to Your Voice Radio, WNOV, and we have a good show for you today. But at the top of the hour, let's not go past what just happened this weekend.
Man,
The Packers. The Packers.
the Packers, baby. The Packers. Hey, man, we
I
supposed
almost
to be
wore my
6-0.
Packers shirt today.
We supposed to be 6-0.
Mm.
We really supposed to be 6-0.
Yeah. That 1-1 situation on the end kind of looks funny to me. But sometimes it's like, okay, are we asking for too much? Are we asking for
I want
perfection?
it all. Brand new socks and drawers. I want it all. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay. I think it's beautiful, man. I mean, man, last night was magical. They usually don't play good on Sunday night.
Sunday night football.
Didn't we lose to the Browns though?
We did.
No, yeah,
we did. We did. That's where that one comes from.
But again, that game,
those faces like, come on, man.
To the Browns was really like we had overlooked them guys, man.
Yeah, we did. They underprepared for that game. I think they got outcoached that game.
Yeah, most definitely.
I didn't really put it on the players for that Browns game.
Yeah.
They got outcoached.
Yeah.
One of those games we lost it in the last minute and something.
No, that was it.
Is that the Cleveland game?
Yeah, that was Cleveland.
Yeah, well, they came back and we lost by 3 or something like that.
Yeah, the Cleveland joint.
Yeah, and we should have won that game.
Yeah,
well, I think we were ahead the whole game, and then we let them come back
because we took them for granted.
So the thing that was really cool last night, we go into the first half.
Oh.
And you can just tell it's a good game.
Yeah.
Both defenses are like kind of doing their thing. Yeah. But I think what's been interesting to watch is Aaron Rodgers has been showing signs of like being classic Aaron Rodgers.
Of course, diva.
Yeah. But on the field, though, you're not thinking about all of the crazy things he's been saying or like the ayahuasca experiences he be running off to do. He was like, he's been locked in.
He was looking good though.
He was looking good in that first half. So like they were up. We missed 2 field goals. And I was like,
man, bring back the substitute teacher.
Oh, yes.
Bring back the substitute teacher, man.
Give him a contract.
Jesus.
57 yards, that's you asked for a lot, but that 44-yarder should have been.
No, but even with the 57-yarder, the substitute teacher hit a 60-something yarder. It was like what?
I've been a Packer fan all my
65?
life. I've never seen a 60-yard plus field goal made by anyone with a G on their head.
This cat hit a 60-something yarder, and then you tell him to go back and teach. Like what?
Yeah. No, bring him back.
Bring him back.
Give him a contract.
Man, put him on the practice squad or something.
Please, immediately. And I thought that would have been enough for him to be like, all right, at least give me backup. So special teams has been our Achilles heel. This
and our
for the last like how many seasons?
Nah.
And, so it was cool to see that. They finally got it together on the special teams by the end of the game. But going into halftime, I'm like, oh man,
I was scared.
I think A-Rod might finally accomplish what he always wanted to, beat all 32 teams in the NFL. Nobody else has done that. He has a chance to do that. And Jordan Love.
I think too, going into the half is what really helped us because with the face mask and that penalty is what moved us down the field.
Yeah.
So we can get that field goal and cut it to 6 going into halftime.
Yeah.
But
you needed that.
Yeah, we needed that because if we wouldn't have had that, because Pittsburgh had the ball coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been detrimental, man. That'd have been,
Yep. So, man, Kraft went crazy. Kraft went crazy.
Tight end going nuts.
Kraft cheese.
Yeah, Kraft cheese.
Kraft cheese and that
like he had 100-something yards.
That cheese head. Yeah, like 142.
A tight end, bro. That's a tight end.
It was National Tight Ends Day. So
it was because all the tight
he held it down for the tight ends. If you had him on your fantasy team,
you won.
You won. He went crazy.
Yeah.
It was just an all around like Jordan Love accomplished 20 receptions in a row. Nobody's done that since Brett Favre. I was like, he put on a clinic. He put on a clinic in front of Aaron Rodgers.
But I think he wanted to do that because, like Aaron Rodgers is a person who he learned from. So it was kind of like the student showing the teacher what I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like one of those moments. But I was telling somebody when I had this conversation yesterday, Aaron Rodgers sat under Favre, so he got a lot of Favre in him. And then he, took Favre and he created his own, however he was going to do it. The benefit in Jordan Love got Favre and Rodgers in him.
Yeah.
And then you take those two combinations and create your own narrative. So now you got a gumbo of Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, and Brent Favre in one pot.
Yeah. Who else came back last night?
Oh, Christian Watson, baby.
Christian Watson.
His hands, super glue, baby.
So he is this play where he goes and he probably comes right back, maybe 20 yards.
Yeah.
And Jordan Love like throws it on an angle. He's midair.
Yeah.
Throwing it. That was very far.
Yeah.
That was very
See what I'm saying?
that was far.
Yeah, that's far all day.
And he that ball went so far. I thought like, oh man, maybe he probably floated it and might get this intercepted. It was spot on.
Perfect. Yeah.
I mean, man, 360 yards total in the game.
Unbelievable. No sacks.
No interceptions.
No interception.
Yeah.
So our offensive line played a heck of a game.
Yeah.
Man.
Everybody played good.
Heck of a game. Yeah.
On the road in Pittsburgh.
And we ain't won in Pittsburgh since
2007. I think
it was the 70s.
I think no, it was the 70s.
Yeah, it was like the 70s.
Oh, that's insane.
That's crazy.
Every time we went to Pittsburgh,
we get whooped.
Man.
Under Favre, under Rodgers.
Yeah.
So just imagine. So now you got Jordan Love.
You got to remember who was in Pittsburgh.
Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger for sure.
Yeah.
The bus.
Yeah.
And the bus.
Yeah.
Don't forget the bus out
Jerome
there.
Bettis.
Don't
Yeah,
forget the
he's
bus.
run us
We got
over.
Bryan with us.
Yeah, what's good,
Hey,
y'all?
what up, Big?
Man, what's happening?
Snuck in.
Y'all? How y'all doing?
Good,
You
man.
came
We
to
just
the
recapping
Yeah. The second, third breath of life out there and out there. So yeah, he wanted that one bad. I could see it on his face. I was looking at him.
He looked very disappointed when he didn't get it. He was very disappointed.
Yeah.
Prime time, man. It's prime time. It's a bigger stage, man.
And as David alluded to, there was a record that he was, having beaten all teams, and he may never get that chance to do that.
He got denied. Shout out to Ryan Gary though. Ryan Gary with the 2 sacks.
Yeah.
Pearson.
No.
With one.
Michael Parson hit him.
Parson with one.
Parson hit him. Yeah, he definitely did hit him.
Dynamic duo.
Mm-hmm.
They get the chance to you can't hold both of them. You can't double team
bookends.
So I see exactly what the master move was with the Packers trying to get Pearson.
Yeah, one on the other end, definitely gonna keep you distracted. That's all they were talking about last night. So shout out to the D. Yeah, I had left that game and I thought the Bucks was gonna pull off against Cleveland. They was looking good until Giannis
dropped 40, didn't he?
Yeah, Giannis dropped 40, and Giannis. Yeah, I was after the game. I went back and looked at some of the comments, and because I was wondering what was going on with Bobby Portis. It was people all online it's time to
No, but what people have to understand, one is
people talking about if you want to win, you need to get rid of Bobby Portis. That's what people were saying online last night.
But those are fair weather cats.
Yeah.
You got to understand in playing the 82-game season.
He got to get his feet wet, man.
Only scored 4 points the last game they played. Turner had 4 points. So, you don't want to.
You got to measure the whole season and the playoffs.
Yeah.
We don't win in 2021 without Bobby Portis.
Yeah.
That part.
We don't win a championship.
Yeah.
If Bobby isn't healthy, holding it down while everybody else is sick.
And you got to look too, bad games. You might not feel well on that day. So, you know what I mean? It's like you ain't gonna always score 90 points. Going out. You know what I mean? Like Giannis ain't gonna always score 40. So he might have a game that he might score 19 or something like that. You know what I mean? Because that's just the human element of it.
Yeah. And Cleveland is good.
Man.
People are doing too much when you talk about Bobby. Cleveland is really good.
They had the best record of any NBA season last
year.
Yeah,
but having the best record means nothing because they didn't do nothing in the playoffs.
No. Yeah.
But I think Tuesday's game with the Bucks, since it's on NBC, is a national televised game.
Okay.
Who
we play?
Who
New York.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
play
Play
Knicks.
New
Yeah.
York.
Oh, that's a home game too, ain't it?
No, we
Is it New York?
Yeah, we on the road.
Oh,
We on the road.
Giannis
Stretch
love
right now.
Madison Square
Now,
Garden.
this is the thing.
Yeah.
Now, since the national media is always saying that the Bucks is, they picking them to finish in the bottom 3, so they picking everybody.
Oh,
else.
of the East.
Yeah, of the East.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Cleveland game was a good game, so they showed that they can hold up against Cleveland, even though they was hurt. Anthony didn't play, Kuz didn't play, and KBJ didn't play.
Yeah.
So these are 3 players, but the Bucks didn't play. But if they go into Madison Square Garden on Tuesday and beat them boys, it's going to change the narrative of how these national media is looking at the Bucks, because they already picking the Knicks to win the East. So if you go and put a whooping on them boys, now they're going to start talking like, oh,
With
wait a
that
minute, but the
dog
Bucks
team.
look different because they playing deep. They actually playing defense how they played during the championship run. When they was up on you, they wouldn't lay you around them. But now we got some young, like dogs, man. We got some young dogs that's
Ryan
hungry.
Rollins and
I hope
Man,
Doc
I like
play him.
Ryan.
and Cole
man.
Anthony
hope
gonna
Doc
make
play.
it. They're gonna make
Ryan
a
looks
difference.
good.
I like
Yeah,
Ryan.
they're gonna
Ryan
make a
looks
difference.
really
And
good.
since KPJ went down the other day with the sprain, them cats have to step up. That's why I was looking. I was like, I knew the next after KPJ, what's his name?
Cole Anthony.
No, Kevin Porter Jr. Once
Oh,
Kevin
yeah.
Porter Jr. went down,
Yeah.
I knew Ryan Rollins and Ryan Rollins actually has been explosive, man. He didn't put down like 2 or 3 dunks, like
Yeah.
2 hand punches and like one. He wasn't doing none of that.
He was 6'4"?
He got to be. Yeah, he
Six-
got
Yeah,
with a
he's definitely on the low.
with a 6'11" wingspan.
yeah.
So he up on the guards and
Yeah.
they can't get around him.
Yeah, I'm watching how he even off the he drove somebody left and 2 hand punched on him like right out the blue.
Yeah,
That's how you know you got somebody.
Mhm.
Like that's when you got them type of players that can explode and come off the bench like
Yeah.
that. So Giannis wasn't lying when he said so far. He said
Anthony was a good
when he
pickup.
said
Yeah,
in
that's
that
for
interview
sure.
last week, Giannis was like, "Yeah, we got these dogs. We
Yeah.
got these dogs." Like so,
Hey, that's
shoot.
the attitude you need.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean for real, I'd rather had a dog team like 2021
Yeah.
again, and obviously somewhere in the mix they're gonna do some type of trade somewhere. So
They shouldn't.
yeah,
I wouldn't. I'd leave the team just how it is and let them cats ball.
Let them ball.
Let
Yeah.
them ball.
Yeah, I don't think they should.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
trade
We
nobody.
we got a squad.
I just want to go deep in the bench, man. I want to see what everybody could do.
I think Doc needs to spread them out.
yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
think he need to let that cat. He need to turn Sims loose. 'Cause Sims can jump out the gym.
Yeah.
He can jump off the earth.
yeah,
Jump into space.
Yeah.
He really
Put that cat
can.
out there,
He
man.
really
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Him and Ajax.
There's so much
put
talent.
that cat-
Dude,
He gotta-
put
he
him
gotta
and
spread 'em out.
Ajax out there on like a random team
Yeah,
one night.
just let him go
Let's
nuts.
let Ajax and Sims go random one night. Just see what they do. They might,
I'm
they
telling you.
throw Giannis in that mix. Just do a
Yeah.
little random small them two with Sims. How tall is
Sims
Sims?
is 6'10".
16. Okay, so
Sims
yeah,
is
run with like
6'10".
Sims and Giannis and
Yeah.
Ajax on a,
Doc,
I would
that's
go into that.
athletic.
and then put like 2 crazy shooters and put
Yeah.
like Trent
I'm telling
and
you.
put like Trent and put AJ Green on there. They both
Yeah.
still
It's
big
done.
dudes.
Bro.
That's a
Green
nice
looks
little.
good.
That's a nice little.
It's done.
Yeah.
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 I'm telling you, it's done.
Yeah. So yeah, he got things to play with. I would sit at home and just be playing with
Man.
all the like, I can do this right here with these guys. I can do this right here. Oh, who we playing next week? Okay, cool. I can start off with here. You know what I'm saying? Have fun
Right.
with it. Of course, you got to respect the starters and stuff, but in the mix, shoot, goes deep, man.
Yeah.
I like the coaches that go deep in the bench. You got to let everybody shine, man, because you just never know.
Right now, and that's like we're playing
Or if you
young
want them to
guys,
know.
man. Because
Mhm.
in Philadelphia's case, they played VJ Edgecombe. This cat first game, he scored 34 points,
Mhm.
and he's a rookie. But
Mhm.
normally they don't let rookies play, so you would have never known that he's able to handle the NBA in prime time if you don't play him and pim in.
Yeah.
And that was one thing about our coaches back in the day.
Yeah.
Like for our team, we would have went to the championship when we had Sam Cassell,
Mhm.
Ray Allen, the
We
big
were
dog.
talking about the other day. Yeah.
If
yeah.
they would have played Michael Redd, who was coming off the bench, he would have been your sixth man. You had Michael Redd.
Mm.
You got all of these other guys on the bench that you didn't play
You
because you
didn't
didn't
play.
like playing
Yeah.
young.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
George Karl was, that's what he liked. He didn't play young guys.
Yeah.
Now that attitude about having that dog mentality
Yeah,
that came from PJ Tucker.
sure
Yeah,
did.
it did.
That came from
Sure
PJ
did. Because they was
Tucker.
like, man, we need some dogs.
We need dogs.
Yeah.
You do need that
Yeah.
hunger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
No, I
like
agree.
he had everybody tapped into it.
Yeah.
So if they lock into that again, listen,
it's over.
it's gonna be
Can't nobody stop Giannis.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're the finals this year.
Man. Yes. Put it out there.
I believe it.
Put it out there. Let's do it.
They talking about the
believe it.
Packers got a shot at Santa Clara.
I
Yeah.
believe it, man.
Bus got a shot at wherever the finals is.
Yeah, I'm with it. I mean, anything after the Brewers, great season. You
Well, you
know,
know what?
heartbreak season ending.
Yeah, heartbreak for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Heartbreak for
great
sure.
season
But,
with a heartbreak ending.
it was such a phenomenal season that
Man,
like you can't get that mad.
Yeah,
You gotta
Yeah.
feel it and then you gotta let it go.
See,
Yeah.
man, I think it's more of not being mad, but more of
Keep
a
getting-
disappointment because.
getting closer and closer to tasting the World Series, and
But that's
and
the
then we
good
keep
thing,
getting
though.
dropped.
Now I'm looking at how the Blue Jays are handling
Yeah,
the
But
Dodgers,
the Blue,
and I'm like,
but
I wanted some of that.
Yeah.
but you got to look at how the Blue
I wonder
Jays
how they
is
handling that.
constructed.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they got
yeah.
hitters.
Yeah.
You got contact hitters and power hitters. Like we need more power hitters
We need
on
more
our
power
squad.
hitters, for
Now,
sure,
contact
for sure.
hitters is cool that we got them and we get them on the base, but we need hitters to bring them home.
Yeah. That was a piece that was missing,
Yeah.
for sure,
Mhm.
for sure. But the Brewers, the Dodgers was just too much. It was just too much on fire.
Man,
It was too much
Too
on
much
fire.
money. It's too much money. Too much.
Yeah,
You pay for
everything was
if
stacked.
you can go across the world and grab some cold dude from
Yeah.
Japan and grab a cold dude from another country. Yeah,
Yep.
and then give them $600-700 million contracts,
You
and
know, ain't nobody
and you
gonna
know,
pay.
and you know nobody can do what y'all doing. Like unless you the Yankees or some big Florida
Mhm.
team or something like that, because some of them crazy Florida teams, they may not be best, but they got the bag. I think the Marlins still got a bag that they sitting on. And the Texas teams got money, but small markets like Brewers,
And Kansas,
everybody
yeah,
always
man.
come and get our players. He's like, what you say, 350?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Brewers is only gonna give me 150. All right, I'm out of here.
Hey,
know?
but
Or
that's
if
when
they get that.
But this when they need a salary cap for the major leagues
Yeah,
Yeah, they probably do.
because it's
Heck
not
yeah.
fair
It's
for all
get-
of
it's
the other
getting out of
teams.
hand.
Yeah,
Man,
it's
you
not
it's too
fair.
spread out.
because they're gonna mess around and go get all the cold
Yeah,
Japanese
you
players.
have all of
And
them.
man, I be watching them Japanese
Kill
folks all on time, just
Kill
random dudes throwing snowballs
Kill it.
over there, and these cats be over there throwing snowballs, screeching snowballs. So I'm like, yep, that's coming to the league.
Yep.
They're gonna go get all that, just like how NBA's move 15 years ago was like, yeah, we should start leaguing into Africa a little bit more, and they started leaning into Africa more. Even in their little plan prior to that, 20 years back, was they had another plan was
That was the Europe
the
push,
front,
right?
the Europe push.
Yeah.
You already know.
Mhm.
It's the same system. We seeing it. They
Yeah.
just go and get all of them, and then all of a sudden it's going to be the European American League versus or the European African American leagues, and NBA is going to be ain't going to be as many Black players in MLB now, because most of them from Dominican Republic. I mean, they Black, but they not Black Americans. They most of them coming from Dominican Republic or Cubas and the other South American countries that we be forgetting about, Ecuadors and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you said salary caps. I agree.
Yeah.
Because man, look, in a minute somebody gonna get $1 billion contract.
And then you ain't gonna be able to, so yeah,
I mean,
actually-
that's in the international soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's already there.
So, like,
Yeah.
see,
Listen,
but they already
that's
signed
wild.
Saudis
out
is dropping
wild.
that bag.
contracts for like 16-year contracts.
Yeah.
So they're signed for 16, 17 years for 500, 600
Yeah.
million. How you
Yeah.
go? Like, you would never be able to trade for that player because you can't afford him.
Yeah. The whole Brewers
Hey, the
team. You gotta
Saudis
give
trying
up
to-
the whole team for what?
Man,
Like,
us
what?
too. They gonna give us away too.
I got you.
Man, the Saudis over there, man, they dropping bag. They trying to get all the. I know a lot of Saudi teams wanted to bring create basketball leagues and pretty much they want a super basketball league. Imagine a basketball league, everybody's base salary was 25, 45 million or something like that. And everybody making hundreds of millions of dollars.
I think that's gonna happen with the females though, because the females is asking for their money, and
And they deserve it.
they deserve it.
They
'cause
deserve
They deserve
it.
it.
And they putting up real highlights
Yeah,
all
they
across.
are.
Yeah.
But I was telling somebody, I think if the WNBA really want to make some noise, I would lower the rims to 9 feet. Because when you watch basketball,
You can
you
see
watch
more
for
dunks.
dunks,
Yeah.
you
see
watch
more
for all
dunks.
the, you lower the rims to 9 feet. I guarantee you, though, you're gonna get them highlights, you're gonna get them dunks, and then it's gonna intrigue more people to watch.
Mhm.
Because now you got women that's hanging on the rim, that's dunking, that's coming down the lane. So
Yeah.
they already trying it on 10 feet and almost can get it. If you lower
Yeah.
it to 9,
Yeah.
that's 2-hand dunks.
Yeah.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah, I just wonder if they'd be like, "You guys are cutting us short. You feel like you're taking away the game
getting the
from
bag now,
from the
because
regulated because now the
people come to
9
see
feet.
you.
Yeah, I would think that would be a good move. With some people, as far as like the advocates for fair and equal play, they may be like, yeah, 10 foot need to stay, or the rim should stay at 10 foot versus it being at.
Yeah,
But I like the
that is
idea.
a-
I like the
yeah,
idea.
that
though.
is an argument. But if you can pitch,
The
hey,
money.
it's going to bring more fans because more people are coming to see highlights.
Yeah.
That's what we watch the league for, is to see highlights. We don't watch them to play 2-3 zone. Like it's good, but man, I want to see some shake and bakes. I want to see some dunks.
Yeah,
True,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
No, it's a great idea. I'm sure they didn't tease that plenty times. I got to look at some of them conversations. I'm sure
they can hire me
Yeah.
to bring the idea in that I just.
You hear it here first.
That's right. You heard it here first.
On Wisconsin Voices.
Right, you heard it here first.
There
Right.
you go.
Man,
I think it's about time for a break, and we've been talking y'all ear off on sports, but this might have to be a regular Monday thing.
Yeah, man. Let's
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
Listen,
usually-
and when you come off the weekend, you got so much activity happening
it's
on the
just
sports
bunch of
end.
recaps,
You can't
definitely.
ignore it, and we know a lot of sports fans are out there in Milwaukee.
Mhm.
So we'll take a break. Coming back on Be a Voice Radio, WNOV.
KURN. I'm Jimmy Jackson. In Houston's 18th congressional district, a new hobby
Wisconsin Voices. This time you are hearing Bryan, our community outreach organizer for Wisconsin Voices, alongside David Bowen, who's executive director for Wisconsin Voices. We are doing guest lineup back in the community. As you know, in Milwaukee, we had a great event that I was able to attend this past weekend, and it's just something that is a huge event for Black men in our city, and I was very motivated to just keep doing what I'm doing, not only just through the civic engagement work, but just the connecting. And like I've been saying for the last year and some change, the cutting down the silos here in Milwaukee so we can have a great space for all our people to come together with all the skills y'all have and the people that y'all do work with. With that being said, we do have a great guest today, Mr. Pastor Walter LANIER in the building, who put together that great event alongside some great men. Good morning, sir.
Good to be here. Good morning. Good morning. Glad to be here. Great event. Great Saturday. Glad you were encouraged.
Yes,
you already
definitely
gave most of the messages. We got great talent.
Real great talent.
And
that's facts.
if and as we figure out how to just chop down those silos, which is really not as deep as we think it is, but it is the culture of the city, then like any great team, when the team works together, it'll be very powerful and dynamic. So that's what I expect from us.
Yeah. And that was the message that I got when I was in the building. I mean, the intro was great. I mean, even just having Mr. Gat Turner up there doing his thing, and he was hard to follow after Mr. Dub.
I would not want to come behind Gat Turner.
I know, especially after that.
If I push a bunch of people between me and Gat, I'm gonna wait till like an hour passes.
Smart man.
Your page
No, he's
speaks.
a legend
Your bio
Sure.
speaks about
Shouts out to
strategy, so that makes perfect sense.
Shouts out to Gat.
That's the one thing I've seen when I was looking at you after this weekend. I was like, you're a strategist. So yes, that was good strategy right there.
Gat is strong.
Yeah, he is, and everybody you had up there were strong people that had leadership in their own space, and that's what I enjoyed about it. And not only that, like when you look in the crowd, you got brothers from all spaces in different places, from democratic areas and organizing areas, 414 Lives and the Promise Keepers, and just the state reps, etc. You had leaders and people who have a following in so many spaces, and not talking about 50 to 100 people. Most of the people in there have a following space of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people.
Right. That's the vision. I mean, that's it. And for me, I've always seen that in Milwaukee. That really, what you just described, the vision, and you said it. All these people, leaders of leaders, organizing the organizers.
Right.
Is really, I don't want to oversimplify it, but I don't want to make it complex either. But when we organize the organizers, when we organize those networks, which we can do, it requires some persistence and perseverance, then our power is going to grow just by definition, just by straight math and physics and mass. Our power will grow because we'll be moving together more effectively.
And let's break down the history. We know that Saturday was not the first time brothers have gotten together. So give the listeners some insight on the origin of what produced this snowball effect of growing to where brothers in the room can get together, hundreds of brothers can get together.
We are about 2 years into this process. This particular iteration of Black Men Organizing. It started summer of 2023. Me, Brother Equine Burrows from MATC, Byron Johnson, Associate Minister at the church where I pastor, Baba Derek Rogers, Greg Lewis. We're just chopping it up as stuff manifests. I mean, this is how things happen in life. You sit and you talking, you reflecting, you think of something, comes into your mind, it doesn't go away, sticks, so you wake up again the next day. And we're like, let's do this. Let's bring some brothers together. And so that was in the summer of 2023. The first gathering we had was September 23rd, 2023 in the basement of the church. About 60 brothers came together. And then we had another one in October. Then the third, I think in November, one of those was on Zoom. We just gathered brothers and said, let's listen, what's in the room? What's the vision in the room? What's the talent in the room? What's important in the room? We're not creating a new organization. We were really clear about that, but really seeking to organize in the spirit of Malcolm, in the spirit of Martin, in the spirit of Kwame Ture. I mentioned those three, others have, but those three in particular always talked about the principle of organizing. Malcolm said, we're not outnumbered, we're out organized. Dr. King said those who love peace have to learn how to organize as well as those who love war.
Mm-hmm.
And Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael talks about it all the time. He was real scientific. But we said that. So we're not doing new. What we want to do is be able to see one another, who's doing what, and find ways to connect and work together. So out of those gatherings, the very most important principle, and that's on this sheet here, that we lifted up was brotherhood. So that was high. Make sure, okay, we got some brothers that got beef or issues or haven't worked together, a little bit of friction. So whatever we do, let's hold the brotherhood together. And that became sacred. And it's easy to dip away from that, not anti-brotherhood, but you get to the business and you sometimes forget about the brotherhood. So that was pillar number one. Pillar number two was organizing, which we talked about. And pillar number three was action. And so we came through 2023, had a large gathering at MATC in 2024, January 6, 2024, and then started to think about, okay, we've got these values. Now, what's a vision look like for Milwaukee and what are the issues? And so, again, methodically organizing, not in secret, but not really loud because we're organizing. And then what came out of that was health and wellness, Black wealth and Black economics, and youth and education. A few more, but those were the top three. So then we formed committees. In the steering committee group, let me shout out all the names: Brother Jim Addison, Victor Barnett, Brother Ilya Blakely, Brother Equan Burrows, Brother Daryl Jackson, Minister Byron Johnson, Gary Lawson, me, Greg Lewis, Damon Schultz, Wayman Winston. So that became the steering committee. We meet once a week for 2 years now, year and a half, every Friday, 3:00, organizing. And then we said, okay, so now we're here. Now we've got vision. We've got visual structure. So now let's begin the process of building on top of that structure. So and that's what got us to Saturday.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that overlapped the 2024 election.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the conversation was how to effectively engage Black men in that election. And there were some things that were missed. There were some things that went awry. But for the most part, a vast majority of brothers still supported what they thought was the most important candidate that would benefit their lives. That would be Kamala Harris at that time, Vice President Kamala Harris. Just give us an insight of just what you were seeing at that time and some of the dynamics around engaging brothers civically.
Well, the majority of brothers are not satisfied with the election. We can all agree on that, and fewer and fewer people now with the chaos that's ensuing. But I think it's what I saw speaks to the importance of Black men organizing. We are not followers like that, brothers. As a matter of fact, every now and then we might just say, "No, I ain't doing that." Just on GP. Oh, y'all going that way? I'm going this way. Because I ain't doing what everybody is doing.
Boy, that's me all day.
And so the process of organizing, not our process, but the democratic process and the structures just simply have not done a good job of communicating to the ground of the community, and really have not done a good job of communicating with Black men. And we as a people, and we as Black men, have a high emotional intelligence. We might not say it, but if you slipping in quick and trying to make me move fast, I might not say it, but I'm looking at you and I'm listening to you and I'm not hearing you. And you might even be saying the right thing, but you just established new relationship and you kind of trying to sell me and I'm not feeling you. And so we cannot rely that power structure, say the Democratic Party structure, can't rely on doing things that way. But more importantly, we can't lay back and rely on that structure to deliver for us and to equip us and to educate us. We can do it in partnership and collaboration, but we gifted and talented and smart enough and wise enough. We just have to grab the reins and say, all right, y'all, let's start organizing. We know what we need. We know what we want to be talking about in between election cycles, so we're ready. And then shift into doing what you're doing and other activists and organizing and advocacy organizations and education organizations. Let's have our own agenda, agitate a little bit, call electeds in, articulate our own platform.
Right.
And that speaks to Black men. I want to exercise some power. I don't want somebody to just come tell me what to do.
Mhm.
And so I think that's part of even what's happening here, because that's not new, what I just said. I'll just go back to 2016
Right.
as an example.
Right.
That election cycle, we're taken for granted, and you have to cultivate. And we're a relationship people, which really just means we, human.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
We might show it more than other groups.
Cultivate relationship, and then once we do that, and we have trust, and I trust you, and you trust me, and we might even disagree, but we have relationship. Then we can roll together and move together in a different way. And that I don't want to like specifically point fingers, but that's where that party could do better. And we can't wait for any party to do better. We have to move into the space of how do we exercise our own political power.
And that speaks to the topics and the issues that you guys have highlighted in this Black Men Organizing Collective. You're talking about Black wealth. You're talking about home ownership.
Yep.
You're talking about the things that add to how brothers can build their legacy, especially right here in this community. Just talk about how the discussions have gone to come to the conclusion that this is what we have to highlight. Health and wellness and economics and education, especially with your history, where you have been able to be a pillar for our community on these topics.
Well,
and you need this water more than me.
Yeah,
so I was about
I
to drink
appreciate
it.
that. I have been eyeing it.
Like,
over the side.
I'm like, you need it.
I have been eyeing it over there. Let me snatch David's water. The knowledge is in the room, first of all.
Okay.
I've been a lawyer and a pastor, and I know what happens sometimes with us is we give too much credit to other people.
Okay.
Kind of deferring to others who we think might have knowledge. I'm speaking broadly. I did entertainment law for a while. I did a little bit of policy law. And you know this from your being in elected office. People think politics and policy is like mysterious, like there's a secret cloud or a room or a secret handshake, or you got to do something, as opposed to, no, here's a system, here's a structure, here's a process, here's where you apply pressure, here's how many phone calls you need to make, here's how many doors you need to knock, here's how many emails you need to do. So there's science and work that can be done. So when we make it plain, and people are like, oh, that's what we got to do. Okay, let's move. And then I learned that also. Y'all were talking about music a little bit. Same thing about entertainment laws, that people, when it's mysterious, were kind of hesitant. And so one of my gifts is to make stuff that looks complex simple. And my point in saying that is the knowledge and the ideas and the vision is in the room. So we just went through a iterative process. We had table talks and did surveys at the tables, pushed out surveys with Google forms. What do y'all want to talk about? What are the issues? Sometimes we talk and we vent. So a lot of us got to do, okay, now we got that off our chest. Now let's get to how we're going to move forward. And as we started doing that, these things emerged, these top four, the health, the Black wealth and economics. Very close second was youth and education, and probably a little violence in there. We didn't deal with youth violence just yet. That's going to emerge.
Okay.
And then health and wellness, those were the top three. And then we got the fellows who wanted to serve on the committee. So we've got 3 committees. Each one is about probably 5 to 15 people.
Okay.
Very early in their formation, but really hearing from the brothers. So everything that's on this page is from the community of men, total of about 400 that we've touched in 2 years. This is all from them. Brotherhood is important. Action is important. Organizing is important. What we do with our youth and education is important. Black wealth and economics is important. Health and wellness is important. And then we went to the people who are expert in that area, because we got it all. Well, like I said in the meeting, you cannot name a skill, a gift, an area of expertise that we don't have in Milwaukee for days, weeks, every day. So then we started to emerge, and we said, okay, what are some right now actions we might want to take or support? and what are some policies. So that's a little further down the road. Brother Daryl Jackson, for example, who's an MPS school board member.
That's right. He was there Saturday.
On Saturday,
Shouts
he
out to
read
him.
his resolution. So he had a resolution at MPS before every board meeting, in the same way they do the land recognition for the Native American and indigenous people, which is worthy of great respect. Now they do a resolution honoring Black students and the genius and brilliance of Black students. And that was his vision, empowered by Black men organizing. And now that's a policy and some written word that is stamped inside MPS. So that's a
I like
policy
that.
example.
That's awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
Push that energy out there. Yeah, you gotta push that out there.
Yeah.
Is this something that they say during? Is this something the students get to hear, or?
Well, if anybody's in the room,
Okay.
like anybody's
Every meeting.
Oh, is that the
Every
meeting? At the meeting. Okay. Okay.
Yep. So
All
they
right.
open up the meeting and there's the land recognition piece, and now they do this piece about the Black students. And
That's
words
beautiful.
have meaning. We know that.
Mhm.
Words, sticks and stones. What they say? I can't even remember it anymore, but it's not true. Words hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sticks and stones will break your
Yeah.
bones, but words will never hurt you. Most of the wounds all of us got are from the wounds of the words of a loved one.
That's right.
So the
Mhm.
words
right.
have power because they shape vision. They tell us about ourselves. And so they're saying to the students, y'all are brilliant. Y'all are geniuses. We recognize that, we see you. And that's so important in Milwaukee.
No, it really is.
In particular, where, we're not winning. Yeah.
And touch on the vision of connecting those same students in our community to a institution like MATC. What was highlighted at the meeting was that there have been some detrimental changes at MATC that have not gone in the favor of our students, helping them to complete their studies or get to graduation or even get enrolled. And I see MATC as a huge institution that can help a lot of students get to their dreams.
So I was there for 13 years. And
Thank you for your service, sir.
Being strategic.
Yeah.
And so I observe and absorb, and again, being a pastor and a lawyer, just a system thinker. MATC is top 5, top 3 most important institutions for this city because of where it's situated, where it's centered, the volume of people that go through there, the volume of Black and brown people that go through there, the ones that should, that don't. And what they provide, education at the GED level, the high school level, certificates. People come there. I always used to say from GED to PhD, you could find somebody in their hallways. And not just that, but the most diverse building in the state of Wisconsin. So like, if you just stop and just meditate on that truth, that's the most diverse right down there on 6th and State. To 8th and State is the most diverse building in the state of Wisconsin, just naturally occurring. Cross-cultural, country, race, gender, class. And so it has the potential to be a really dynamic space. And then inside that diverse space is the multicultural department, which is the hub of that action. Native American advisor, Hispanic Latina advisor, Southeast Asian Hmong advisor, Black African American advisor. And that department connects to those different communities like no other institution in the state because of the people are there with the long relationships. And so to remove the department and to eliminate the positions is just, I can't, it's almost like what's happening from the White House. Like, you're not just moving chairs around and changing the name, you're ripping out safety net, you're ripping out structure, you're ripping out relationships. We talked earlier about the nature of relationships. And whenever I want to connect with those communities, I used to, I can't anymore, at MATC's multicultural department, because you've got decades of relationships with the Native American indigenous community, with the Hmong Southeast Asian community. It used to host regularly the Southeast Asian Youth Education Conference. Over at MATC, rich relationships, and those community relationships are going to be fractured. I don't think they know that because it's a lot of newer leaders there that don't have the institutional knowledge. And also because, like a lot of our organizations, it's very hierarchical. And so they don't hear from the ground. That's one of our challenges here in Milwaukee. And so it was just a bad move for a lot of reasons. Bad, unwise. illogical.
So it can kind of be seen as aligning with the divestment and what is considered DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion moves.
I say
in a
yes.
sense.
I do. I really do. And I would love to discuss or debate it because now, you got to make. So, Brother Jackson, Daryl Jackson likes to talk about the spook that sat beside the door, Samuel Greenlee.
Okay.
And so you kind of sometimes you make a move based on what's going on. You might be a little bit louder, a little bit quieter. So I understand shifting like the name that might have been wise, but he was still by the door. He just didn't leave because if you're not there, you can't do anything. And so eliminating the people is very problematic. And it doesn't just look like risk minimization. It looks like agenda. That's just how it feels. I can't imagine the prior administration who I had some disagreements with and voiced them and did my best to voice them internally because that's my style. That administration would not have done this. This is really shocking. There's nothing like this has happened that I know of in MATC's career. It's you just wouldn't do it. I can't figure it out.
There is a current debate happening right now where they say go all in on economic kitchen table issues. Let's drop the positioning and the being so loud about diversity issues, multicultural issues, and they think of that as the worthy compromise to be able to get support from other communities that don't need that, white communities that don't need that. What would be your insight on how that that's not really a compromise? That's not expendable.
Yeah, it's two thoughts. One specific to MATC and then more generally specific to MATC. MATC is different because it's already diverse. And so MATC, different than other institutions, didn't need DEI to like raise numbers. And I hate almost even to use the phrase DEI because it's just about what I said earlier about building relationships and strengthening teams. They needed to have and develop a better culture and leverage the diversity of culture. As first, because it's wise, two, because it's how humans interact, three, because it's good business. It's good business to know your team, know your squad, know how to work together.
Right.
Similarly, it's the same deal in the country. DEI is not about DEI is about the same thing. Let's get the best squad together, and we might not know who the best squad is because I don't know everybody on the team. And so DEI is really about learning the different people on the team, the different gifts that you might not see. Of course, it's also about overcoming, I don't want to, well, maybe it's not obvious, systemic oppression for 400 years too. So it's about all that, but there's just a lot of ways to slice it where it makes sense and almost no way where it says, let's stop recognizing one another's distinctions. That's just, it's kind of ridiculous. And to celebrate that is, either evil or ignorant. Yeah. One of the two.
Right.
You got bad intents, or you just, and I'll give people the benefit of the doubt, or you just don't really know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I appreciate you sharing that because that's really important. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, I want to dive into the work that you've been doing on the issue of SDC in our community and trying to move forward on that.
Cool. Sounds good. Let's do it.
When we come back, Verse Radio, WNOV. Be a Voice Radio on WNOB. We had the connection in the studio. We're talking about sports. And I discovered that Pastor LANIER comes from a line of greatness in sports. His father was an amazing NBA basketball player.
Yep. Bob
So,
LANIER.
Let's give him a shout out.
Bob LANIER,
The
NBA Hall
legend.
of Famer, Detroit Piston, Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah. And he played for Midwest team.
Yeah.
Really, that's that black Midwest flag.
That's why I am who I am. My hometown is Buffalo, New York.
Mhm.
Lived in Detroit and Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So that's all that Rust Belt, Midwest,
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
Lakes, rugged, deindustrialized. They took, all of it. They took out the jobs. Yeah.
That's why he was so graceful on the floor,
Yeah.
Probably so smooth after the game, So
Yeah.
shouts out to
Yep.
the amazing legend. So I know that you've been doing great work, and we got about 4 minutes left to highlight the work that you've been doing on SDC, which is a historic institution in our community. So just give us some insight on why that institution should be saved and continued and sustainable to continue to make impact.
Yeah, real quick, I'll say this is it's pretty much on life support. It went from tens of $1 million organization, I think at 30, closed in 2024, shrunk down all the way down. At the end of the year, it had maybe like $300,000 in the bank, and now it's on ether. And however, having said all that, if the community wants, this is what's in my spirit, if the community wants SDC to survive and to rise again, it can and it will. If the community is not interested in that, then it won't. That's the high level stuff. Now, what I've been doing, I have a vision for how that could and should manifest. But I can't get the current leadership to operate with high integrity and accountability. There's been a couple stories in the paper. I'm trying to get us in our current state to exercise good basic governance, super basic, agendas on time, minutes approved, financial statements. And I can't make that happen. And that's been very frustrating. And it's got in the way of us moving forward and even communicating effectively to the community what's up. So I'm hoping in our next board meeting, which is on the 30th, that we can move some things around, shift some leadership seats, and then begin to put a plan in place to move SDC forward, because it's still needed. Even if it's not all programs, SDC is also supposed to be. It's really supposed to be an advocacy organization and a convening organization, kind of what we did on Saturday in advocating for people who are impoverished.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because they would host the poverty symposium.
Yeah, that's really its first fundamental function, not programs. The programs are important too, but it's supposed to be the place where people can come. Like right now today, with what's happening with SNAP benefits and the government being shut down, SDC, if it was in existence and vibrant, that's who people would be calling. What's going on with benefits? What's happening? Where can we go? How can we connect? How can we organize? How can we coordinate? That's what that body would doing. And that's not a massive budget that requires that. And that's missing in the community right now.
Appreciate you sharing that. And we're in such a tough year for a number of organizations that are navigating the current landscape. And we just talked about how even funders are afraid of the different dynamics with the Trump administration, and they're trying not to ruffle feathers, but in return, they are still creating unintended consequences, or maybe intended consequences, for organizations that are trying to do the work. So it's a tough time, and we appreciate your service and everything that you've done. And as we close, is there anything that brothers can do and how they can get connected to Black Men Organizing?
A few things, yeah. Go to my website, which is thegluegroup.org, and you'll see something there. 1, 2, come to MATC's meeting tomorrow on the 28th. 3, come to SDC on the 30th. And 4, the Calvary's not coming to save us. We got to build together through our own organizations.
And with that said, we are out. Thanks for listening to Be a Voice Radio. Please.